All right. Good morning.
Okay, godmorgen.
Okay, are you guys ready?
Er I klar?
All right. We're going to spend the day together.
Vi skal bruge dagen sammen.
And I believe God is going to do miracles in marriages.
Og jeg tror, Gud han vil gøre mirakler i ægteskaber.
And some of us are in a difficult situation.
Og nogle af os er i en meget svær situation.
Some of us are in a good situation.
Nogle af os er i en god situation.
But one thing I know for sure.
Men en ting det er, jeg ved.
The reason you're here,
At grund til, at I er her,
God brought you here.
er fordi Gud har bragt jer hertil.
So there's something God will do in your life.
Så der er noget Gud, som han vil gøre i jeres liv.
Something God will do in your marriage.
Noget han vil gøre i jeres ægteskab.
That he could not do in any other context.
Som han ikke kunne gøre i andre sammenhæng.
So he brought you here to accomplish something today.
Så han har bragt jer her for at udrette noget i dag.
That will be unique for your life.
Som vil være unikt i jeres liv.
Unique for future generations.
Og unikt for fremtidige generationer.
Okay.
Okay.
Why don't we do this just to begin? Let's stand up.
Til at begynde med, skal vi så ikke bare lige stå op?
I'm going to invite my wife Jan to come.
Jeg vil gerne invitere min kone Jan til at komme.
And let me just tell you what her name is.
Og lad mig bare lige fortælle hendes rigtige navn.
Okay, it's spelled J-A-N.
Det er J-A-N.
So,
Jan.
many people think we're a gay couple.
Så mange tror, vi er et homoseksuelt par.
We are happy.
Men vi er glade.
But Jan is short for Janice.
Men Jan, det er kort for Janice.
And so in English, the name is Jan.
Så på engelsk, der er noget Jan med J.
Yeah, not Jan.
Ikke Jan.
Okay, just telling you that.
Så bare så vi ved det.
All right. One of the things I found is this, as a married couple,
En af de ting, jeg har fundet ud af, det er som et gift par.
we very rarely look in each other's eyes.
Så kigger vi sjældent hinanden i øjnene.
Most of the time we go through life like we are now,
For det meste, så går vi igennem livet, som vi er nu.
side by side.
Side ved side.
This is how we sit in church.
Det er som vi sidder i kirken.
It's how we sit in the car.
Som vi sidder i bilen.
It's how we watch TV.
Som vi ser tv.
It's how we pay our bills.
Det er som vi betaler regningerne.
It's how we discipline our
Det
children.
er som vi disciplinerer vores børn.
It's how we do everything,
Som vi gør alt.
side by side.
Side ved side.
There's no intimacy in side by
Der er
side.
ikke særlig meget intimitet i side ved side.
Where's intimacy?
Hvor er intimiteten?
Face to face,
I ansigt til ansigt.
eye to eye.
Øjne i øjne.
I want to tell you this.
Jeg vil gerne fortælle jer det her.
There's power in your eyes.
At der er kraft i dine øjne.
Do you know that you can convey love?
Hvis du gør det, du kan meddele kærlighed.
You can convey anger.
Du kan meddele vrede.
You can convey bitterness,
Du kan meddele bitterhed.
hatred,
Had.
hope,
Håb.
all with your eyes.
Alt sammen gennem dine øjne.
You don't need words to do it.
Du behøver ikke engang at bruge ord.
I'm going to ask you to spend just 30 seconds
Jeg vil gerne bede om at bruge bare 30 sekunder.
looking eye to eye.
Jeg vil bare se hinanden i
Now,
øjnene.
don't do it yet. Don't do it yet. Just a
Vi
minute.
skal ikke gøre det endnu. Ikke nu.
And I'm going to ask you, husband,
Jeg vil gerne bede dig, ægte mand,
for the first 30
de
seconds,
første 30 sekunder,
would you just convey to your wife
vil du så bare meddele til din kone
this message?
denne besked.
I love you.
Jeg elsker dig.
I love you.
Jeg elsker dig.
No words.
Ingen ord.
Eyes only.
Kun øjne.
Wife,
Kone,
will you do this?
vil du gøre det her?
Drink in the love of your husband.
Drik din mands kærlighed.
Look in his eyes.
Kig i hans øjne.
Receive his love.
Og modtage hans kærlighed.
You know, normally we don't receive from each other.
Normalt så modtager vi ikke så meget fra hinanden.
We say to someone,
Vi siger måske til nogen,
I love you.
jeg elsker dig.
And what usually do they say?
Og hvad siger de så?
Love you too.
I lige måde, jeg elsker også dig.
You never receive it.
Du modtager det aldrig.
You just bounce it.
Du fyrer det bare tilbage.
Love you.
Elsker dig.
Love you too.
Elsker også dig.
Love you.
Elsker dig.
Love you too.
Også i lige måde.
What I want to ask you to do,
Jeg vil gerne bede dig
look in your husband's eyes.
om at kigge i din ægtemands øjne.
Drink in his love.
Og så bare modtage kærligheden.
That's the first 30 seconds.
Det er de første 30 sekunder.
Second 30 seconds.
De næste 30 sekunder.
Wife, would you send this message to your husband?
Kone, vil du så meddele den her besked til din mand?
I am so proud of you.
Jeg er så stolt af dig.
I'm so glad
Jeg
you're
er
my
så
husband.
glad for, at du er min mand.
Eyes only.
Kun med øjnene.
No words. Okay.
Ingen ord.
You got to come up because he has to practice.
Du bliver nødt til at komme op. Jeg skal også øve det.
Yeah, come up here. You got to stand with him, eye to eye. There we go. Sorry.
Jo.
All right. Everybody turn husband first. I love you.
Okay, først mændene. Jeg
Wife
elsker dig.
drinking in love. Okay. 30 seconds.
Okay, 30 sekunder.
Look in the eyes.
Kig i øjnene.
Hold hands like this.
Og hold hænderne sådan her.
All right. Look in the eyes. No words. Starting now.
I må ikke bruge ord, og så starter vi nu.
All right. As we begin this morning,
Okay, så vi begynder her til morgen,
I want to just tell you a little bit of our story.
så vil jeg gerne fortælle jer lidt om vores historie.
We've been married for 40
Vi har
years.
været gift i 40 år,
So we were married in 1977.
så vi blev gift i 1977.
And we met on a Youth with a Mission team in Poland.
Vi mødte hvis vi ungdom med opgave i Polen,
We were taking Russian Bibles and Polish Bibles into communist Poland.
og
in
vi
those
sendte
days.
russiske og polske bibler ind i det sovjetiske Polen.
And we've sensed God doing something between us.
Og vi kunne fornemme, at Gud han gjorde noget mellem os.
And I thought that maybe this was my wife.
Og jeg tænkte, at måske er det her faktisk min kone.
But an amazing thing happened.
Så skete der en fantastisk ting.
I discovered that God had my wife praying for me 6 months before we met.
Jeg opdagede, at Gud havde fået min kone til at bede for mig 6 måneder før vi mødtes.
It was something supernatural.
Det var overnaturligt.
We met in July of
Vi mødtes i
1977.
juli i 77.
I was telling her a story about something that happened in my life in January of
Og jeg
1977.
fortalte hende om noget, der var sket i januar det samme år.
She asked me a couple
Og hun
questions,
stillede mig et par spørgsmål.
and then she said,
Og så siger hun,
"We prayed for you
vi bad for dig.
very specifically
Meget specifikt.
in January,
I januar.
6 months before we met."
6 måneder før vi overhovedet havde mødt hinanden.
I thought that's amazing.
Jeg tænkte, det er fantastisk.
God had the woman who he knew would be my wife
Gud havde kone, kvinden, som han vidste skulle være min kone,
pray for me 6 months before we even met.
til at bede for mig 6 måneder før vi overhovedet mødte hinanden.
What was she praying?
Hvad bad hun for?
She was in a YWAM school in Hurlach, Germany,
Hun var i en ungdomsopgaveskole i Tyskland,
and every day
Og hver dag,
they gathered as a small group and prayed.
så samlede de som en lille gruppe og bad.
All the class divided into small groups,
Hele klassen delte sig ind i små grupper,
and they prayed in a very unique way.
og så bad de på en meget unik måde.
Instead of praying the list of things that they would have,
I stedet for bare at bede igennem en liste af de ting, som de havde,
they asked God,
så spurgte de Gud,
"God, what's on your heart?"
Gud, hvad er på dit hjerte?
God would give like puzzle pieces to different ones.
Og Gud han gav dem sådan nogle puslespilsbrikker til forskellige.
And every day they would pray things that they had no natural knowledge about.
Og så hver dag, der bad de om ting, som de havde ingen naturlig viden om.
So I was telling Jan a story from my life,
Så jeg fortalte Janice en historie fra mit liv,
and she remembered something they had prayed.
og hun huskede noget, som de havde bedt om.
And she began to ask me some questions
Og hun
about
begyndte at
that.
stille mig nogle spørgsmål ind til det.
And I'll let her share what it was they were praying.
Og hun fik lov til at dele, hvad det var, de bad.
This one morning, we were in missions,
Det var en morgen, hvor vi var på mission.
and we were just especially cared about the Soviet Union and China, Eastern Europe.
Og vi var særligt bekymrede for Sovjetunionen og Kina og Østeuropa.
We asked God what to pray for.
Og vi spurgte Gud, hvad kan vi bede for?
It seemed like God was always giving us important things to pray for.
Det virkede som om Gud han altid gav os vigtige ting at bede for.
And we really had a heart for ministry in Eastern Europe.
Og vi havde virkelig et hjerte for tjeneste i Østeuropa.
And this one day, somebody said, "I feel God wants us to pray for a little airplane."
Og en dag, der var der en, der sagde, jeg føler Gud, at vi skal bede for et lille fly.
And that was different.
Det var lidt anderledes.
But we thought, okay, God,
Men vi tænkte, okay Gud,
you want us to pray for a little airplane?
så vi skal bede for et lille fly.
We need more details. What about this little airplane?
Så skal vi have flere detaljer. Hvad er det med det her lille fly?
And so we went back to prayer.
Så vi gik tilbage i bøn.
And it came out in prayer that it's a little airplane, but it's very fast, like a big airliner.
Så vi fandt ud af, at det er et lille fly, men det er meget hurtigt, som en af de der kommercielle fly.
And somebody got and prayed, there's 2 people on board, one old, one young.
Og vi bad, at der var 2 mennesker ombord. En gammel og en ung.
And they have these one-piece light blue flight suits.
Og de havde de her lyseblå flyvedragter på.
And somebody said they're carrying the United States mail.
Nogen sagde, at de flyver med post fra USA.
And we kept praying about them.
Og blev ved med at bede for dem.
And I had in my mind a picture of the Great Lakes areas of the United States, like Chicago, Michigan, where we have great big
Og jeg havde et
lakes.
billede af de store søer i USA omkring Chicago og Michigan.
And it was very dark and hard to see.
Og det var meget mørkt og svært at se.
And we felt that they were running out of fuel and couldn't find any place to land.
Og vi fornemmede, at de var ved at løbe tør for benzin og ikke havde noget sted at lande.
So we prayed, and
Så vi bad.
And we felt, you feel okay when you're praying. Sometimes then you feel okay, and okay, we're done with that.
Og vi fik det ligesom fred med det, vi fik det godt, og så tænkte vi, okay, nu er vi færdige med at bede for det her.
And we went on to something important.
Og så begyndte vi at bede for noget vigtigt.
And I think it was China that morning.
Jeg tror måske, det var Kina den morgen.
So we're praying for something important then.
Så bad vi for noget vigtigt bagefter.
And so, as we were leaving and going to our class,
Og som vi var færdige og gik til team,
this young lady named Martha, she met the Lord sort of in the Jesus movement. She was one of these hippies that was on drugs.
så var der en ung kvinde, der hed Martha, som blev frelst i Jesusbevægelsen. Hun var sådan lidt hippieagtig.
But she really knew the Lord.
Men hun kendte virkelig Gud.
And I respected her.
Og jeg respekterede hende.
But she was always a little bit different and
Hun var
more
altid lidt anderledes.
out there.
Lidt mere svævende.
But anyway, Martha came to me and said, Jan, that airplane has something to do with you.
Men hun kom til mig og sagde, Martha kom til mig og sagde, Jan, det der fly, det har noget med dig at gøre.
I said, I don't know any pilots. I don't know.
Jeg sagde, jeg kender ikke nogen piloter, jeg ved ikke.
I come from a farming part of the United States.
Jeg kommer fra en landbrugsdel af USA.
I mean, I heard of one farmer that had a little airplane. He landed in his cornfield.
Altså, jeg har hørt om en landmand, der har landet et fly i hans kornmark. Det er det.
I don't know anything.
Jeg ved ikke noget.
No pilots.
Jeg kan ingen piloter.
But she said, I just felt God told me to tell you that has something to do with you.
Hun sagde bare, jeg føler bare, at Gud han siger, at det har noget med dig at gøre.
So I said, thank you, Martha.
Så sagde jeg, tak Martha.
No, and I meant it.
Og jeg mente det.
See, wrong language. But then, because she said that, I remembered it.
Og fordi hun sagde det, så huskede jeg det.
And otherwise, I wouldn't have remembered it.
Og ellers havde jeg ikke husket det.
Because we prayed every day for people we didn't know, situations we didn't know, whatever God would bring to our minds and
Fordi vi
hearts.
bad hver dag for situationer og mennesker, som vi ikke kendte noget til, hvad end Gud han bragte til vores hjerter.
And so, later I met Craig.
Og senere der mødte jeg Craig.
Later he started telling me some of his stories.
Senere begyndte han at fortælle mig nogle af hans historier.
He almost got killed so many times.
At han næsten blev dræbt sindssygt mange gange.
I wondered who was praying for him all the other times.
Jeg tænker, hvem har bedt for ham alle de andre gange?
He ran an airplane into electric line once.
Han har fløjet et fly ind i en ellinje, en mast.
His father was U.S. military Air Force.
Hans far har været i hæren i luftvåbnet.
So he learns to fly early.
Så han har lært at flyve tidligt.
And he almost flew a hot air balloon into an airplane.
Og han har næsten flået en luftballon ind i et fly.
Into electric line.
Også ind i en ellinje.
That's when he started praying.
Og der begyndte han at bede.
God heard him that time.
Og Gud hørte ham også der.
And saved his life.
Og reddede hans liv.
Then he rolled a jeep on a mountain.
Og så han rullede ned ad et bjerg i en jeep.
And God put a rock right there.
Og Gud havde stillet en sten lige der.
Should I tell him more stories?
Skal jeg komme med flere historier? Nej.
So God was always looking. God always looks for intercessors to pray.
Så Gud han har altid brug for folk, der skal gå i forbøn.
I mean, he says that he's looking. His eyes are running to and fro throughout the earth.
At Guds øjne er på hele jorden.
For those who will pray.
Og han leder efter dem, som vil bede.
And if God puts something on your heart,
Og hvis Gud
pray.
han lægger noget på dit hjerte, så bed.
And sometimes you find out, sometimes you don't.
Nogle gange finder du ud af, hvad det drejer sig om, andre gange gør du ikke.
But that's part of who God made us to be.
Men en del af, hvem Gud han har skabt os til at være.
Yeah. Good.
Okay, godt.
You can if you like. Well, I was in January of 1977. I was working as a pilot.
I januar 77, der arbejdede jeg som pilot.
I was a co-pilot in a Learjet.
Jeg var medpilot i en anden pilot i en jet.
And every night we flew from Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Og hver aften der fløj vi fra Grand Rapids i Michigan
To Chicago.
til Chicago.
St. Louis.
St. Louis.
Back to Chicago.
Tilbage til Chicago.
Across the lake to Grand Rapids.
Over søerne til Grand Rapids.
Carrying the U.S. Air Mail.
Hvor vi bar post.
Wearing light blue one-piece flight suits.
Hvor vi havde sådan en heldragt i lyseblå.
And so one night as we were coming back from Chicago to Grand Rapids,
Så en aften, hvor vi kom tilbage fra Chicago til Grand Rapids,
Air Traffic Control called us.
der fik vi meddelelse fra luftkontrollen.
They said it's becoming very, very foggy in all of Michigan.
De siger bare, at det er blevet virkelig, virkelig tåget i hele Michigan.
We suggest you go back to Chicago.
Så vi foreslår, at I flyver tilbage til Chicago.
So the captain, the other pilot, he looked at me and says, "You want to go back to Chicago?"
Så kaptajnen og den anden pilot sagde, vil du gerne tage tilbage til Chicago?
I said, "No, I know what will happen. We'll sit in the pilot's lounge all day and get no sleep.
Så siger jeg, nej, så ender vi bare med at sidde i sådan en pilotlounge, hvor vi ikke får nogen søvn.
I'm tired."
Jeg er træt.
let's go to Grand Rapids.
Lad os nu bare tage til Grand Rapids.
We can get there ahead of the fog.
Vi kan nok godt nå derhen før togen.
He said, yeah, we'll beat the fog.
Ja, vi skal nok klare togen.
So we went to Grand Rapids,
Så vi tog til Grand Rapids
made an instrument approach down through the clouds,
og begyndte ligesom at flyve ned igennem
got to
togen.
the lowest altitude,
Kom ned til den laveste højde.
and you know what we saw?
Ved I hvad jeg så?
Nothing.
Ingenting.
No lights,
Der var ingen lys.
no runway,
Ingen
no
landebane,
airport.
ingen lufthavn.
We had to go back up.
Vi blev nødt til at flyve op igen.
We came from the other direction,
Kom fra den anden retning.
made another instrument approach to the lowest altitude,
Og nærmede os til den laveste højde, vi kunne komme ned på.
zero visibility.
Ingen synlighed.
Right then, 2 little red lights came on.
2 små lys kom så.
Low fuel.
Ingen olie. Ingen
I
benzin.
knew we made a
Ingen
mistake.
brændstof.
I knew we made a mistake.
Jeg vidste, vi havde lavet en fejl.
Now we don't have enough fuel to go back to Chicago.
Nu er ikke nok brændstof til at komme tilbage til Chicago.
What are we going to do now?
Hvad skal vi så gøre?
We said, what other airport is open?
Hvilke andre lufthavne er åbne?
They said another city nearby, Lansing.
Der er en anden by tæt ved, der hedder Lansing.
We went to Lansing.
Så tog vi ind til Lansing.
Same thing.
Samme ting.
2 instrument approaches,
Vi fløj ned 2 gange.
zero visibility,
Der var ingen synlighed.
and we're burning a lot of fuel at low altitude.
Og vi brænder en masse brændstof af ved lave højder.
With the kind of jet engine that we had, it burns fuel at low altitude 4 times faster than at high
Det type
altitude.
fly, vi havde, det brænder brændstof af 4 gange hurtigere ved lave højder, end når det flyver rigtig højt.
So we're burning a lot of fuel.
Så vi brænder meget brændstof af.
Now I'm getting scared.
Nu begynder jeg at blive bange.
What else is open?
Hvad er der ellers åbent?
They said Detroit,
Detroit er åbent,
but it's going down fast.
men det går ned hurtigt.
So we went to Detroit,
Så vi tog til Detroit,
and we realized we have to land this time.
og vi indså, at vi bliver simpelthen nødt til at lande den her gang.
No more fuel to go around again.
Vi kan ikke flyve andre steder hen.
Whether we can see or not, we have to land.
Om vi kan se noget eller ikke se noget, så skal vi lande.
This was 1975.
Det her, det var i 75.
No automatic landing systems yet.
Der er ikke nogen automatiske landingssystemer.
You have to have visibility
Du
to
bliver
see.
simpelthen nødt til at kunne se det. Men
So we come to the lowest altitude,
kommer ned i den laveste højde,
and finally I see one light.
og sidst kan jeg se et lys.
And I tell the captain,
Og jeg siger til kaptajnen,
I've got a light.
jeg har et lys.
I see the light.
Jeg har set lyset.
I saw another light,
Og jeg så et til lys,
and we were able to land.
og så kunne vi lande.
One airplane landed after us,
Og et andet fly landede efter os,
and Detroit was closed.
og så blev Detroit lukket.
We had minutes of fuel left.
Vi havde minutter af brændstof tilbage.
I was grateful to God.
Jeg var taknemmelig til Herren.
And then I met Jan in July.
Og der mødte jeg så Jane i juli.
In November,
I november,
I was courting her,
der begyndte jeg sådan at date hende.
and so I thought I'll tell her all these exciting stories from my
Så jeg kan fortælle hende
life.
alle de her fantastiske historier fra
How I
mit
was
liv.
almost killed.
At jeg næsten blev slået ihjel.
I told her this story.
Jeg fortalte hende den her historie.
She says, I got to ask you 2 questions.
Jeg har lige 2 spørgsmål til dig, sagde hun så.
Was the other pilot quite a bit older than you?
Var den anden pilot noget ældre end dig?
I said, yeah.
Så sagde jeg, ja, det var han.
She said, were you both wearing light blue one-piece flight
Og
suits?
havde I begge to sådan nogle lyseblå heldragter på?
I said, yeah.
Så sagde jeg, ja.
She said, there was only 2 on board,
Der var
right?
kun 2 ombord, ikke?
I said, yeah, just me and the
Ja,
other
bare mig og
pilot.
ham.
She said, and you were carrying the U.S. mail,
Og hun
right?
sagde, jeg fløj rundt med post.
I said, yeah.
Så sagde jeg, ja.
But why would you ask that?
Hvorfor vil du spørge om det?
She says,
Og så sagde hun,
we prayed for you.
vi har bedt for dig.
I said, what do you mean you prayed for me?
Så hvad mener du med, at I har bedt for mig?
This happened in January.
Det der skete i januar.
I didn't even meet you till July.
Jeg har ikke mødt dig fra juli.
And she told me the story.
Og fortalte mig historien.
I was shocked.
Jeg var chokeret.
God, that is incredible.
Gud, det er fantastisk.
And you know what I believe?
Og ved I, hvad jeg tror?
I believe
Jeg
that
tror.
team that prayed
At det team, der bad,
saved my life.
reddede mit liv.
I believe prayer is powerful.
Jeg tror på, at der er kraft i bøn.
I think if they had not prayed,
Jeg tror, hvis de ikke havde bedt,
we could have been killed that night.
så kunne vi være blevet slået ihjel den aften.
And so I believe she had a part in saving my life before we even met.
Så hun havde faktisk en andel i at redde mit liv, før vi overhovedet mødte hinanden.
Well, that was just confirmation to me. We're supposed to get married.
Det bekræftede bare for mig, at vi skal giftes.
I need that kind of intercessor in
Jeg har
my
brug for en,
life.
der kan gå i forbøn for mig på den måde.
But we were in love romantically as well.
Men vi var også forelskede sådan romantisk.
We wanted to get married.
Vi ville gerne giftes.
So we got married 2 years later in 1977.
Så jeg blev gift 2 år senere i 77.
You know what I thought?
Det er, hvad jeg tænkte.
Marriage will be easy
Ægteskab, det bliver nemt.
because she loves Jesus.
For hun elsker Jesus.
I love Jesus.
Jeg elsker Jesus.
We're both radical, on fire
Vi er begge to
Christians.
radikale og i brand.
Jesus is the center of our
Jesus er i
lives.
centrum for vores liv.
We love him.
Vi elsker ham.
We have a common purpose.
Vi har et fælles formål.
We love each
Vi
other.
elsker hinanden.
We're going to be missionaries in
Vi
Russia.
bliver missionærer i Rusland.
We're going to change the nation of
Vi skal nok
Russia.
forvandle Rusland.
History will remember these missionaries that went to Russia.
Historien vil huske de her missionærer, der tog til Rusland.
So we got married.
Så vi blev gift.
Marriage was not easy.
Og ægteskabet, det var ikke nemt.
We started arguing with each other,
Vi begyndte faktisk at diskutere med hinanden.
hurting each other.
Vi begyndte at såre hinanden.
She would cry a lot.
Og hun græd meget.
I thought, what is the deal?
Og jeg tænkte, hvorfor?
I'm such a nice guy.
Jeg er sådan en flink fyr.
What is her problem?
Hvad er hendes problem?
I would try to bless her.
Jeg prøvede at velsigne hende.
She'd accuse me
Og så ville hun anklage mig.
falsely,
Falskt.
things that were not true.
Ting, der ikke var sande.
She'd say, you don't love me.
Hun siger, du elsker mig ikke.
What do you mean I don't love
Så
you?
hvad mener du med, at jeg
Doing
elsker
everything
dig?
to love you.
Jeg gør da alt
Can't
for,
you
hvis jeg
see?
elsker dig. Kan du ikke
I
se
love
det?
you.
Jeg elsker dig.
Somehow she didn't receive it.
Og på en eller anden måde, så modtog hun det ikke.
She closed up.
Og hun lukkede sig så om
I
sig
said,
selv.
let's pray.
Og sagde, okay, lad os bede.
She said, okay.
Og sagde, okay.
We'd sit there in silence.
Så sad vi der i stilhed.
She wouldn't say anything.
Hun ville ikke sige noget.
Would you pray?
Vil du bede?
I thought we were going to pray.
Jeg troede, vi skulle bede.
Come on, pray.
Kom nu, bede.
Then she'd close up more.
Og så lukkede hun sig endnu mere.
She'd start to cry.
Og så begyndte hun at græde.
I thought, God, what kind of missionaries are we going to be?
Jeg sagde, Gud, hvad slags missionær kommer vi til at være?
What are we going to say to anybody?
Hvad skal vi sige til nogen?
Receive Jesus and be like us.
Modtag Jesus og vær som os.
They said, no, thank you.
Jeg sagde, nej tak.
We have enough problems in our
Vi
lives.
har nok problemer i vores liv.
We don't need to be like you. Whatever it is you have, we don't want it.
Vi har ikke brug for at være for jer, som jer. Uanset hvad det er, I har, så vil vi ikke have det.
I realized we can't be missionaries.
Så indså jeg, vi kan ikke være missionær.
We have no message.
Vi har intet budskab.
We're hurting each other every
Vi
day.
sår hinanden hver dag.
She's making me feel like a worthless husband,
Hun får mig til at føle mig som en
like a
værdiløs mand.
failure as a husband.
Som en fiasko.
She's telling me I don't love her.
Hun siger til mig, at jeg ikke elsker hende.
And you know what I thought?
Og ved hvad jeg tænkte?
I thought, I think this is probably because she's carrying a lot of emotional baggage from her father.
Og jeg tænkte, det er nok, fordi hun har en masse følelsesmæssig bagage fra hendes far.
Because, he was sort of shaming and,
Fordi han kunne være sådan lidt
he was a
nedladende.
godly man, but
Han var en god mand,
I thought, he probably wounded her.
men det kunne være, at han havde såret hende på en eller anden måde.
And then in her heart, she's wounded.
Og i hjertet så er hun såret.
And she's blaming me for all the things her father
Og nu
did.
giver hun mig skylden for alt det, hendes far har gjort.
And I can't help that.
Og det kan jeg ikke gøre noget ved.
So for 7 years,
Så i 7 år,
we had conflict,
så havde vi konflikt.
wounding,
Såret hinanden.
emotional pain.
Følelsesmæssig
She
smerte.
would cry.
Hun græd.
I'd get angry.
Jeg blev sur.
I'd say,
Jeg vil sige,
well, if you're not going to pray,
hvis du ikke vil bede,
I'll just go read my Bible.
så går jeg bare hen og læser min bibel.
So this was going on for 7 years.
Så det her foregik i 7 år.
I realized about year 4,
Og så indså jeg ved det 4. år.
I have no ministry.
Jeg har ingen tjeneste.
I had thought
Jeg havde tænkt.
we're going to be in ministry.
Jeg troede, at vi skulle være i tjeneste sammen.
We're going to impact people.
Vi kommer til at have indflydelse på mennesker.
And the Lord said to me,
Og Gud sagde til mig,
how can you love many people when you cannot even learn to love one person?
hvordan kan du lære at elske mange mennesker, hvis du ikke engang kan lære at elske ét menneske?
I said, but God,
Sagde man Gud?
I know there are some things that I'm doing that are probably hurting her,
Jeg ved godt, der måske er nogle ting, jeg gør, der sårer hende.
but it's like 80% her fault.
Men det er 80% hendes skyld.
I mean, she needs counseling.
Hun har brug for seriøs
She needs to
rådgivning.
change
Hun har brug for at forandre sig.
because she's oversensitive,
Fordi hun er for følsom.
falsely accusing me.
Hun anklager mig.
And the Lord said, son,
Og Gud sagde, søn,
I gave you an assignment
jeg har givet dig en opgave
for your life
for dit liv.
to learn to love one person.
At lære at elske ét menneske.
You're disqualified from anything else till you learn to love the one person I gave you.
Du bliver diskvalificeret fra mange andre ting, hvis du ikke engang kan lære at elske den ene person.
I said, God, what about my vision for ministry?
Men Gud, hvad med min vision for tjenesten?
He said, that's your ministry.
Jeg siger, det er din tjeneste.
Because this relationship
Fordi den her relation
is the prophetic image of how Jesus treats people.
er det profetiske billede på, hvordan Jesus behandler mennesker.
And until you get this right,
Og indtil I får den her relation på plads,
you have nothing to say.
så har jeg ikke noget at sige.
That was hard.
Det gør ondt.
I said, God,
Jeg sagde, Gud,
okay,
okay,
then I die
så
to
dør jeg
myself,
til mig selv,
to any ministry.
til tjeneste.
And I made a decision.
Og jeg tog en beslutning.
I'm going to learn to love my wife.
Jeg vil lære at elske min hustru.
And if that's my assignment
Og hvis det er min opgave
for the next 60
i
years,
de næste 60 år,
that's what I'll do.
så er det det, jeg gør.
And I thought, eternity is long.
Og jeg tænkte, at evigheden, det er rimelig lang tid.
Life is short.
Livet er kort.
So if I don't minister to anybody for the next 60 years,
Så hvis jeg ikke kan betjene nogen i de næste 60 år,
it's okay.
så er det okay.
I have thousands of years to minister to
Jeg har
people.
tusindvis af år til at betjene andre mennesker.
I realize that.
Det indser jeg.
So I'm going to make that my business.
Så det her vil jeg gøre til min primære opgave.
Now, you know what I secretly thought in my heart?
Ved hvad jeg tænkte hemmeligt i mit hjerte?
Because I'm so noble
Fordi jeg er så ædel
and so selfless,
og så uselvisk.
I'm sure God will change her quickly now.
Så skal Gud nok få styr på hende hurtigt.
That's what I secretly thought in my
Det var det,
heart.
jeg tænkte hemmeligt inde i mit hjerte.
But I said, God, I give up any future of
Jeg
ministry.
siger, Gud, jeg opgiver enhver fremtidig tjeneste.
I will learn to love my wife.
Jeg vil lære at elske min hustru.
Well, she didn't change.
Hun forandrede sig faktisk
I
ikke.
didn't change.
Jeg forandrede mig
It
ikke.
didn't get better.
Det blev ikke bedre.
It got
Det
worse.
blev værre.
And we just continued to hurt each other.
Og vi fortsatte bare med at sove hinanden.
After 7 years,
Efter 7 år,
I got a revelation.
så fik jeg en åbenbaring.
God showed me 3 things.
Gud viste mig 3
Is that
ting.
mine? Wonderful. Tusind tak. And so, yeah, there were 3 things that God showed me. That's what I want to
Og
share
der var
with you
3 ting,
today.
som Gud viste mig, og det er det, jeg vil dele med jer i dag.
I got 3
Vi
revelations
fik 3 åbenbaringer,
that were life-changing.
som var livsforvandlende.
Totally changed our marriage.
Det forvandlede vores ægteskab.
And let me just start. Actually, I wrote a book about
Jeg har
that.
faktisk skrevet en bog om det.
It's called 2 Fleas and No Dog.
Den hedder 2 lus og ingen hund.
Transform your marriage from freedom to freedom.
Forvandle dit ægteskab fra lushed til frihed.
What does that mean?
Hvad betyder det?
I realized after 7 years,
Jeg indså efter 7 år,
I was like a flea,
at jeg var som en lus.
looking to my wife to meet all my needs.
Da jeg så hen til min hustru for at mødekomme alle mine behov.
And when we got married,
Og da vi blev gift,
I thought, she is this wonderful person
så tænkte jeg, hun er den her vidunderlige
that
person,
loves me,
som elsker mig.
makes me feel so
Får
good,
mig til at føle så godt.
makes me feel like a
Får mig til
man,
at føle mig som mand.
never contradicts me,
Hun modsiger mig aldrig.
speaks so nice to me.
Hun taler pænt til mig.
And she thought,
Og hun troede,
oh, this is Prince Charming.
det er prinsen det her.
He is so kind,
Han er så sød.
protecting me,
Beskytter
loving
mig,
me,
elsker mig.
man of God.
Guds mand.
We get married,
Vi bliver gift.
and I say, where is that kind, loving person?
Og jeg siger, hvor er den der søde, elskværdige person?
I thought I married the princess.
Jeg troede, jeg havde giftet mig med prinsessen.
She thought she married the prince.
Hun troede, hun havde giftet sig med prinsen.
She wakes up one day
Hun vågner op en dag
to find out she's married to the beast.
og finder ud af, at hun har giftet sig med udyret.
Many men wake up
Mange mænd vågner op
and they say, where's the
og
princess?
siger, hvor er prinsessen?
Now I'm married to the wicked witch of the west.
Nu har jeg giftet mig med den onde heks.
What happened?
Hvad skete der?
Well, there was no prince.
Der var ikke nogen prins.
There was no princess.
Der var ingen prinsesse.
There was actually no dog.
Der var faktisk ikke engang en hund.
I was like a flea.
Jeg var som en lus.
I thought she was a dog.
Jeg troede, hun var en hund,
Will meet all my needs.
der kunne imødekomme alle mine behov.
She was a flea.
Hun var en lus.
She thought I was a dog.
Jeg troede, jeg var en hund,
Meet all her needs.
kunne imødekomme alle hendes behov.
After a couple of weeks,
Efter et par uger,
we wake up.
så vågner vi op.
There is no dog.
Der er ikke nogen hund.
Just two fleas.
Der er kun 2 lus.
Both trying to suck the life out of each other.
Prøv at suge livet ud af hinanden.
Nobody had any life.
Der er ikke nogen, der havde noget liv.
We continued that for 7
Det
years
gjorde vi i 7 år.
because we didn't know how to change it.
Fordi vi vidste ikke, hvordan vi skulle forandre det.
After 7 years, I got a revelation.
Efter 7 år, så fik jeg en
It
åbenbaring.
was from Ephesians chapter 6.
Det var fra Efeserbrevet kapitel 6.
This is a scripture that most people are familiar with.
Det er et skrift, som mange af jer er bekendte med.
Let's look at Ephesians 6.
Jeg ser på Efeserbrevet kapitel 6,
Let's look at 10 through 12.
i 10-12.
Says, therefore put on a full armor of God so that you may stand firm against the schemes of the devil. Verse 11 says, for our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against rulers, against powers, against the world forces of this darkness, against the spiritual forces of wickedness in heavenly places.
Ja. I øvrigt vær stærke i Herren og i hans mægtige styrke. Ifør jer Guds fulde rustning, så jeg kan holde stand mod djævelens sniløb. Til for os står kampen ikke mod kød og blod, men mod myndigheder og magter, mod verdensherskerne i dette mørke, mod ondskabens åndemagter i himmelrummet.
Do you realize that there is a spiritual battle for your marriage?
Ved I godt, at der er en åndelig kamp for jeres ægteskab?
There is an enemy who hates you,
Der er en fjende, som hader jer,
who wants to destroy your
som
relationship,
ønsker at ødelægge jeres relation,
destroy your marriage.
ødelægge jeres ægteskab.
All of us know that.
Alle os ved det.
But I didn't know what does it mean
Men jeg ved
practically.
ikke, hvad betyder det rent praktisk.
It says your struggle is not against flesh and
Der
blood.
står, I kæmper ikke mod kød og blod.
So if you're married,
Så hvis I er gift,
look at the person you're married
så
to.
kig på den, I er gift med.
Look at them right now.
Kig på dem lige nu.
What's that person made out of?
Hvad er de lavet af?
Flesh and blood, right?
Kød og blod, ikke?
So your battle cannot be against that person.
Så jeres kamp kan ikke være imod den person.
I knew that,
Det vidste jeg godt.
but the moment we'd get in disagreement,
Men så snart vi blev uenige,
you know who I fought?
ved I, hvem jeg så bekæmpede?
Her.
Hende.
You know who she
Ved du,
fought?
hvem hun bekæmpede?
Me.
Mig.
None of us realized there's a spiritual enemy.
Ingen af os indså, at der er faktisk en åndelig fjende.
So I didn't know what it meant.
Så jeg vidste ikke, hvad det betød.
One day I was watching a movie.
En dag, der så jeg en film,
The movie was about the American Revolution.
og den handler omkring den amerikanske revolution.
And, between the British and the American colonists.
Mellem de britiske koloniherrer og amerikanerne
In the late 1700s.
i 1700-tallet.
And the way the movie depicted the beginning of that war was like this.
Og den måde, som film i scenesat den her krig var sådan her.
The first shot in that war
Det første skud i den krig,
was called the shot heard round the world.
var det skud, blev kaldt det skud, der blev hørt over hele verden.
Who fired that shot?
Hvem affyrede det skud?
The Americans
Amerikanerne
or the British?
eller de britterne?
Nobody knows.
Ingen ved det.
But the way the movie depicted it was this.
Men måden, som film i scenesat det var,
There was a line of British soldiers standing with their guns.
at der var en linje af britiske soldater, der stod med deres
A
pistoler,
line of American soldiers standing with their
og en
guns.
linje af amerikanske soldater, der stod med deres pistoler.
The two generals were talking.
Og der var 2 generaler, der stod og snakkede.
But what nobody saw,
Men hvad ingen så,
over here in the bushes,
at over her i buskene,
behind a little wall,
bag en lille væg,
there was an arms dealer.
så var der en våbenhandler.
He didn't care about the British or the Americans.
Han var ligeglad med britterne og amerikanerne.
He just wanted to start a war
Han ville bare gerne starte en krig,
so he can sell guns to both sides.
så han kunne sælge våben til begge sider.
So while nobody was looking,
Så mens ingen så,
this arms dealer,
så den her våbenhandler,
he shoots the second in command British officer.
han skyder den næstkommanderende britiske officer.
That guy falls dead.
Han falder ned død.
So the British general stops talking
Så den britiske general, han stopper med at snakke,
and he issues an order to his men.
og giver en ordre til hans mænd.
Fire!
Affyr.
So the British shoot.
Så britterne.
So what do you think the American general says?
Hvad tror I så, den amerikanske general siger?
He tells his men the same.
Han siger det samme til hans mænd.
Fire!
Affyr.
So they shoot.
Så skyder de,
And the war is started.
og så starter krigen.
Who started it?
Hvem startede krigen?
Neither side.
Ingen af siderne startede.
But nobody knows that.
Men ingen ved det.
I watched that movie
Jeg så den film,
and the Holy Spirit said to me,
og Helligånden sagde til mig,
that's what's going on in your marriage every day.
det er det, der foregår i dit ægteskab hver dag.
That is a picture of your marriage
Det er et
every
billede på
day.
dit ægteskab hver dag.
The arms dealer shoots one of you.
Våbenhandleren skyder en af jer.
That one fires back.
Skyder han tilbage.
Then this one fires.
Skyder den anden tilbage.
Then you shoot each
Og
other.
så skyder man på hinanden.
And the arms dealer sits in the corner and laughs.
Og våbenhandleren sidder i hjørnet og griner.
I found out the arms dealer lives at my house.
Jeg fandt ud af, at våbenhandleren han bor i mit hus.
Now, if you ask the British general,
Hvis du spørger den britiske general,
who started this?
hvem startede det her?
Did you fire first?
Affyrede du først?
What will he say?
Hvad vil han så sige?
Absolutely not.
Absolut ikke.
They shot my officer.
De skød min officer.
We responded in self-defense.
Det var selvforsvar.
And if you ask the American
Og hvis du
general,
spørger den amerikanske general,
so you fired first.
så du skød først.
Absolutely not.
Absolut ikke.
For no reason,
For ingen grund,
they shot first.
så skød de først.
We responded in self-defense.
Vi forsvarede os.
Now, who's right?
Hvem har ret?
Both.
Begge?
Nobody saw the arms dealer.
Ingen så våben.
That is Ephesians 6:11.
Det er Efterbrevet 6.
That's a scheme of the enemy.
Det er fjendens plan.
Sets people up.
Han får mennesker
It's a trap.
til at han sætter en fælde op på mennesker.
Two people fall in the trap.
Begge falder i fælden.
Nobody sees it.
Ingen ser det.
They shoot each other.
Og de skyder på hinanden.
We did that every single day.
Vi gjorde det hver eneste dag.
When I saw that movie,
Da jeg så den film,
Holy Spirit gave me a revelation of
fik jeg en
Ephesians
åbenbaring af
6,
Helligånden omkring
10 through 12.
Efeserne 6, 10-12.
She didn't start it.
Hun startede det ikke.
I didn't start it.
Jeg startede det
The
ikke.
arms dealer did.
Våbenhandleren gjorde.
And neither of us saw it.
Ingen af os så det.
And we shoot each other
Og vi skyder på hinanden.
because we did not understand the strategy of the arms dealer.
Fordi vi stod ikke fjendens plan.
Now, that's not just true in marriage.
Det er ikke bare sandt i ægteskabet.
That's true in every relationship.
Det er sandt i enhver relation.
Anybody have children or grandchildren?
Nogen, der har børn eller børnebørn.
The children get in an argument. They start fighting.
Når jeres børn de kommer og begynder at diskutere, så begynder de at slås.
Dad comes.
Far kommer.
Who started this?
Hvem startede det her?
What do they say?
Hvad siger de?
He did. She
Gjorde han?
did.
Det gjorde hun.
Okay, two men fighting in a pub.
2 mænd, der slås på en bar.
Who started
Hvem
this?
startede det her? Det gik.
Anybody ever had a church split?
Er nogen, der har haft en kirkesplittelse?
Some argument, disagreement happens in the church.
Der er en uenighed i kirken.
Two sides form.
Der er 2 sider,
What do they do?
der kæmper. Hvad gør de?
Shoot each other.
De skyder på hinanden.
Who started
Hvem
this?
startede det her?
Who really started it?
Hvem startede det virkelig?
The one whose purpose is to destroy relationship.
Den, hvis formål er at ødelægge relationer.
The arms dealer always starts it.
Våbenhandleren starter. det altid.
Uses an issue to destroy people's lives.
Han bruger nogle problemer til at ødelægge menneskers liv.
And nobody sees it.
Og ingen ser det.
So when I saw that,
Så da jeg så det,
I realized we're being used all the
så
time.
indså jeg, at vi bliver brugt hele tiden.
The enemy sets a trap.
Fjenden ligger en fælde.
We never see it.
Vi ser den ikke.
So what was the next revelation?
Så hvad var den næste åbenbaring?
My next question was, how is it happening?
Min næste spørgsmål er, hvordan sker det?
How is it working?
Hvordan fungerer det?
Because I'm never trying to hurt her,
Fordi jeg prøver virkelig ikke på at såre hende.
but I can see by her reaction, I'm hurting her.
Jeg kan se på hendes reaktion, at jeg sårer hende.
So what I realized,
Så hvad jeg indså var,
the arms dealer is using me
var at våbenhandleren han bruger mig
to make my wife feel worthless,
til at få min kone til at føle sig værdiløs,
unloved,
uelsket,
not valuable,
ikke værdifuld.
but I don't know I'm doing it.
Men jeg ved ikke, at jeg gør det.
How is that working?
Hvordan fungerer det?
And God showed me,
Og Gud viste mig
second revelation,
en anden åbenbaring.
there are two levels of communication.
At der er 2 niveauer af kommunikation.
And we were both blind to level 2.
Og vi var begge 2 blinde for niveau 2.
So what are these two levels?
Så hvad er de 2 niveauer af kommunikation?
The more external level I've come to call the topical level.
Det er mere eksterne emne. Det er det, jeg kalder for det tematiske emne.
What does that mean?
Hvad betyder det?
These are topics that we talk about.
Det her det er emner, vi snakker om.
For example, in marriage,
Eksempelvis i ægteskab.
where will we live?
Hvor skal vi bo?
What jobs will we have?
Hvad skal vi arbejde med?
What cars will we drive?
Hvad for nogle biler skal vi køre?
How do we discipline our children?
Hvordan opdrager vi vores børn?
How do we conduct our sexual relationship?
Hvordan skal det seksuelle relation fungere?
These are all topics,
Det er alle sammen temaer.
down to very simple things.
Ned til meget simple ting.
When you get married,
Når du bliver gift,
go in the bathroom.
går du på badeværelset.
Do you roll the toilet paper over the top,
Skal toiletpapiret vende på
or
den
do
ene
you roll
eller
the
anden?
toilet paper under the bottom?
Skal det vende på den ene eller anden måde?
Because if you grew up one way,
Hvis du vokser op på den ene
you
måde,
marry somebody who does it the other way,
og gifter dig med en, der gør det på den anden måde,
you go in that toilet,
så går du ind på det badeværelse,
and its paper is wrong.
og så vender papiret forkert.
You change it.
Du ændrer det.
She changes it back.
Hun ændrer det
You
tilbage.
change it.
Du ændrer
She
det.
changes it
Hun
back.
ændrer det tilbage.
People argue over
Og
this.
så diskuterer man over sådan noget.
People divorce over less
Folk
than
bliver
this.
skilt over små ting.
Are they talking about toilet paper?
Snakker I om toiletpapir?
No, they are not.
Nej, de gør ikke.
What are they talking
Hvad
about?
snakker de om?
Something on level 2.
Noget, der ligger på niveau 2.
Something most people are blind to.
Noget, de fleste er blinde for.
Here's what that is.
Her er, hvad det er.
Level 2 communication.
Level 2, kommunikation.
I call it relational communication.
Jeg kalder det relationel kommunikation.
These are messages we send to one
Det er
another
budskaber, vi sender til hinanden.
in the realm of identity
I forhold til identitet.
regarding value.
I forhold til værdier.
So I can send her a
Så
message.
jeg kan sende en besked til hende.
You're very valuable.
Du er værdifuld.
I love you.
Jeg elsker dig.
Your opinions count.
Dine meninger betyder
Your
noget.
feelings are important.
Dine følelser er vigtige.
You're worth spending time with.
Du er værd at bruge tid på.
Or I can send her a message.
Eller jeg kan sende et budskab.
You have no value.
Du har ingen værdi.
I don't love you.
Jeg elsker dig ikke.
Your opinions are stupid.
Dine meninger er dumme.
Your feelings don't matter.
Dine følelser er ligegyldige.
You're not worth spending time
Du
with.
er ikke værd at bruge tid på.
One message will bless her.
Et budskab vil velsigne hende.
One message will curse her.
Det andet vil forbanде hende.
One message will raise her emotions.
Det ene vil løfte hendes følelser op.
One message will drain her emotions.
Det andet det vil dræne hendes
One
følelser.
message comes from God.
Det ene budskab kommer fra Gud.
The other message comes from the devil.
Det andet kommer fra djævlen.
So here was the strategy in our lives.
Så her er strategien i vores liv.
Because I was 100% blind to level 2,
Fordi jeg var 100% blind for niveau 2.
you know what I did?
Ved I, hvad jeg så gjorde?
Sent her the message,
Så sendte jeg hende beskeden.
I don't love you,
Jeg elsker dig ikke.
and you have no value
Du har ingen værdi
on level 2.
på niveau 2.
But I never saw it.
Men jeg så det aldrig.
I didn't know it.
Jeg vidste det ikke.
That's a great scheme of the devil.
Det er en fantastisk strategi fra fjenden.
Because if the devil can use me
For hvis djævlen kan bruge mig
to hurt her,
til at såre hende,
and I don't know I did it,
uden at jeg overhovedet ved, at jeg har gjort det,
is there a chance I can repent?
er det så en chance for, at jeg kan omvende mig?
No. Repent of what?
Omvende mig fra hvad?
I didn't do anything wrong.
Jeg har ikke gjort noget forkert.
That's what we did for 7 years.
Det er det, vi gjorde i 7 år.
Because I could not see level 2
For jeg kunne
communication.
ikke se niveau 2 kommunikation.
Neither did she.
Og det kunne hun heller
So
ikke.
the strategy, the arms dealer,
Så våbensælgerens strategi,
use us to hurt each other.
han bruger os til
I
at
want to
såre
show you
hinanden.
a video clip in just a moment.
Jeg vil gerne vise jer et videoklip lige om lidt.
This actually happened to some friends of mine.
Det skete faktisk ved nogle af mine venner.
This one friend, his idea, his intent
Den ene ven her, hans intention var,
was to bless his wife. This
Var-
is,
det var
this
en
is going to be
velsignelse
Ice Cream Wars original. You guys got, are you ready with that one? Yes?
er I klar
No.
på video nu?
Okay. Not yet, but we're going to show it in a minute if you get it ready.
Vi viser det lige om 30 sekunder, når vi er klar.
So here's what I found.
Her er det, jeg fandt ud af.
People are focused on level 1.
Mennesker, de fokuserer på niveau 1.
In this case,
Og i det her tilfælde,
ice cream,
is. Det handler om is. Det her.
money.
Penge.
It's what they're focused on.
Det er det, de fokuserer det på is
Creates
og
a big
penge.
argument,
Og det skaber en stor diskussion.
but nobody sees it.
Men ingen ser det.
Nobody realizes it.
Ingen ser det.
So here's what happened.
Så her er, hvad der sker.
My friend took his wife to dinner,
Min ven han tog sin kone ud at spise.
and they were going to go home.
Og så ville de gå hjem.
He suddenly remembered,
Så siger han,
oh, we're very close to my wife's favorite ice cream store.
vi er tæt på min kones yndlingsisbutik.
We haven't been there for a couple
Og
years.
vi har ikke været der i nogle år.
Let me take her to the ice cream store
Jeg må tage hende derind, så vi kan få noget is.
because I want to bless her.
Jeg vil gerne velsigne hende.
I want to show her how much I love
Jeg
her.
vil gerne vise hende, hvor meget jeg elsker hende.
He says, honey,
Han siger, skat,
how'd you like to go to this ice cream store?
skal vi ikke tage hende i isbutikken?
She said,
Hun siger, wow,
we haven't been there for a couple years.
det har vi ikke været flere år.
She could taste the ice cream
Og hun
already.
kunne allerede smage isen.
Wow, he's thinking about me.
Han tænker på mig.
He loves me.
Han elsker mig.
Yes, I'd love to go there.
Og ja, jeg vil elsker til det.
So he took her to the ice cream store.
Så han tog hende hen til isbutikken.
But the arms dealer was waiting for them,
Men våbenhandleren ventede på dem,
and they didn't know it.
og de vidste det ikke.
So let's watch what happens.
Så lad os se, hvad der sker.
I'm sorry, this is not, I think it's going to be hard to translate into Danish.
Ja, det kommer til at være på engelsk. Det bliver svært at oversætte til dansk.
So this one will probably just run in English.
Så vi kører den bare på engelsk.
But you get it, even if you don't understand English
Men
that
selvom
way,
I ikke forstår det hele, så forstår jeg
you'll
stadig
get what
Så
happened.
forstår jeg godt, hvad det er, der sker.
Okay, let's watch
Okay, lad os
this.
se det.
That was amazing Mexican food.
That was good, wasn't it? Hey, I've got an idea. Why don't we go around the corner to that ice cream place that you like so much?
Oh my gosh, this is why I love you. I can't even remember the last time we were in that ice cream shop.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
So, what are you thinking?
I think I'm gonna go for the banana split.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Good gravy. $5 for a banana split?
What?
Well, that's ridiculous. It's not worth $5.
You mean I'm not worth $5? Why is it that all you ever think about is money, Steve?
That's not true at all. I think about plenty of other things. I think about God, my work, our kids, the Broncos. Well, I pray for the Broncos. The Rockies, politics. So no, money's not all that I think about at all.
Yeah? What about me? I didn't make the list. Do you think about me? Do you even care about me? Do you even love me anymore?
Honey, I don't understand where this is coming from. Of course I love you. How can you even ask that?
Because you don't. I'm worth nothing to you. It's all about you and your money. And God forbid I get in the way of that.
That's right, it's all about me. I don't care about you at all. That's why I suggest we come here to your favorite place in the whole world to get ice cream. Because I don't care about you and I don't love you. You know, there's no pleasing you. I go out of my way to do something nice for you, and all you can do is accuse, criticize, and complain. Why do I even bother? If I crawled over hot coals for you, you'd say I needed to flip over my back so I could burn evenly. You know, you need some counseling, some serious counseling.
Listen to you. You make me feel worthless, and when I try to tell you that, all you can say is that I've got a problem and I need counseling? Why is it that you can never be wrong, Steve? Why is it that you can never mess up? Why can't you just admit you're wrong for once and apologize?
Apologize? Apologize. Apologize for what? For taking you out for ice cream? For trying to make you feel special and cared for? For trying to do something nice for you? You know, I can't believe we're arguing over ice cream. Aren't you on a diet anyway?
All right, everybody see what happened?
Okay, alle sammen, kunne I se, hvad der skete?
This is Ephesians 6:11.
Det er Efterbrevet 6:11.
This is a scheme of the devil.
Det er djævelens plan.
Let me just ask you this.
Lad mig spørge om det her.
Who wanted this argument?
Hvem ønskede den her diskussion?
Did the husband want it?
Ønskede han den?
Did the husband plan it?
Ønskede manden den? Har han planlagt den?
No.
Nej.
He's trying to bless his wife.
Han prøver faktisk på at velsigne hans kone.
Did the wife want it?
Ønskede konen den?
Did she plan it?
Har hun planlagt den?
No.
Nej.
Was this God's plan?
Var det Guds plan?
No.
Nej.
By the process of elimination? Guess
Yeah.
whose plan it is?
Så hvis det ikke er nogen af deres planer, ved udelukkelsesmetoden, hvis plan er det så?
This is the kingdom of darkness.
Det er mørkets rige.
This is the arms dealer
Det er våbensælgeren,
putting them in a trap.
der sætter fælder op for dem.
Nobody saw it.
Ingen så det.
So what's the trap?
Så hvad er fælden?
They're both focused on topical communication.
De er begge to fokuseret på tematisk kommunikation.
Nobody sees level 2.
Ingen ser niveau 2.
So it's like it's like he is speaking Danish
So it's
and
one-
she is speaking Arabic.
Det er som om han taler dansk, og hun taler arabisk. Det går forbi mig.
Totally miss each other.
De misser hinandens pointer.
He doesn't understand level 2 relational communication.
Han forstår ikke niveau 2 relationel kommunikation.
Let me just give you another simple
Lad
example.
mig give jer et andet simpelt eksempel.
Here's another setup from the enemy.
Her er en anden af fjendens planer.
It's the first year of work,
Det første år på arbejde,
first year of marriage.
første år i ægteskabet,
Husband's at work,
manden er på arbejde,
wife's at home.
konen er derhjemme.
Husband's cell phone rings.
Mandens telefon ringer.
He's very busy.
Han er meget travlt.
He has to make a project presentation right after lunch.
Han skal lave en præsentation efter frokost.
He's preparing his project,
Han forbereder sit projekt.
making his presentation ready.
Laver en god
He
præsentation.
normally wouldn't answer his cell phone,
Normalt vil han ikke svare sin telefon,
but he sees it's his wife.
men han ser det hans kone.
He thinks I better answer.
Han tænker, jeg bliver nødt til at svare det her.
Hello?
Hallo?
And she says this,
Og hun siger det her.
honey,
Skat,
I just need to know,
jeg bliver bare nødt til at vide.
were you thinking about me this morning?
Tænkte du på mig her i morges?
All right, now here's the problem.
Og her er problemet.
Men,
Men
what is the answer to that question?
hvad er svaret på det spørgsmål?
Okay, what's the truth?
Hvad er sandheden?
Was he thinking about her?
Tænkte han på hende?
No, he's busy
Selvfølgelig gjorde han ikke det, han er travlt.
preparing his
Han
project.
forbereder sit projekt.
He was not thinking about her.
Han tænkte ikke på hende.
But most men realize if I tell her that,
Men de fleste mænd indser, at hvis jeg fortæller hende det,
I will hurt her.
så sår jeg hende.
I can't say that.
Det kan jeg da ikke sige.
So what's the alternative?
Så jeg siger, hvad er alternativet så?
Lie to her.
Lyve over for hende.
Yes, I was thinking about you.
Ja, jeg tænkte på
I was
dig.
just about to call
Jeg
you.
skulle faktisk lige til at
I'm
ringe
so
til dig.
glad you called me.
Jeg er så glad for, at du ringede først.
And if you do that,
Og hvis du gør det,
she will know you're insincere.
så vil han vide, at du ikke taler sandt.
And now not only you don't care about her,
Og nu er du ikke bare ligeglad med hende.
now you're a liar.
Nu lyver du også.
And you'll be in trouble anyway.
Og så får du problemer uanset hvad.
Right? Men, am I right?
Er jeg ret, mænd?
So what's the answer to this?
Så hvad er svaret på det her?
You see what you women do to us.
Kan I se, hvad for en situation I
You ask
stiller os
us
i?
questions for which there is no answer.
I stiller os spørgsmål, hvor til der intet svar er.
There's no answer to that
Der
question.
er ikke noget svar på det spørgsmål.
This is a setup from the enemy.
Det er fjendens setup.
This is Ephesians
Det
6:11.
er Efterbrevet 6:11.
This is a scheme of the enemy.
Det er fjendens planer.
Designed to get them to wound each other, hurt each other.
Designet til at få os til at sove.
So how do you answer it?
Så hvordan besvarer du det?
For 7 years I didn't know.
I 7 år, der anede jeg det ikke.
Women, here's what you need to know.
Kvinder, her hvad I bliver nødt til at tænke på.
Your husband's brain works like a computer.
At jeres mænds hjerne fungerer som computer.
What do I mean by that?
Hvad mener jeg med det?
He will answer exactly the question you ask him.
Han vil besvare præcis på det spørgsmål, du stiller ham.
Most women don't know that.
De fleste kvinder ved ikke det her.
So she said,
Så hun siger,
honey, were you thinking about me this morning?
skal jeg tænke på mig her til morgen?
What happens?
Hvad sker der?
Computer turns on.
Computeren tænder.
Parameters are set.
Parameteren bliver sat op.
This morning.
Den her morgen,
That means from the time I left home until now.
fra at jeg tog afsted indtil nu,
So we've set the parameters.
så vi har ligesom tidsrummet.
She is requesting
Efterspørger hun
a file search.
en søgning på filerne.
Thoughts about my wife
Tanker omkring min hustru.
within these parameters.
Inden for de her parametre.
No files found.
Der er ikke nogen filer fundet.
No, I was not thinking about you.
Nej, jeg tænkte ikke på dig.
That all happens in a nanosecond in his brain.
Og det sker på et nanosekund i hans hjerne.
But the problem is,
Men problemet er,
that was not her
det
question.
var ikke spørgsmålet.
Men, here's what you need to know.
Men her hvad I har brug for at vide.
Your wife speaks in code.
Jeres koner taler i koder.
And they all know the code.
Og de kender alle sammen koden.
They're born with it.
De er født med den.
But they think you know the code.
Men de tror, at du kender koden.
But we don't know the
Men vi
code.
kender ikke koden.
So here's what wives do.
Så her hvad koner gør.
They ask you a question,
De stiller dig et spørgsmål.
but they don't even want an answer to that
Men de
question.
vil faktisk slet ikke have et svar.
Because that's not their
Fordi
question.
det er ikke spørgsmålet.
They have a totally different
De
question.
har et andet spørgsmål.
And they want you to answer the different
De vil
question.
gerne have, at du besvarer et andet
And
spørgsmål.
they think you know what that
Og de
is,
tror, du ved, hvad det er.
but you don't know what it
Du ved
is.
ikke, hvad det er.
So you answer the question they ask,
Så du svarer det spørgsmål, de stiller.
and they're not satisfied.
Og så er de ikke glade. Så er de ikke tilfredse.
Wife says,
Konen siger,
why did you come home so late?
hvorfor kom du så sent hjem?
Computer goes on.
Computeren tænder.
Reasons why I'm late.
Grunden til, at jeg er for sent.
Søger. 4 reasons.
Der er 4 grunde.
Here's what they are.
Her er, hvad de er.
1,
1,
2,
2,
3,
3,
4.
4.
Are you satisfied?
Er du glad nu?
No.
Nej.
Why not?
Hvorfor ikke?
Because that was not her question.
Fordi det var ikke spørgsmål.
I broke the code.
Jeg har
I
knækket koden.
figured out what it is.
Jeg tror, jeg ved, hvad det er.
Your wife only has one question.
Din kone har kun et spørgsmål.
You know what your wife's question is?
Ved du, hvad spørgsmålet er?
It's right here in this book. 2
Det er lige
fleas
her
and no
i
dog.
bogen. 2 lus.
You should buy that
Og
book
ingen
at the break. You'll know what the
Vi skal
question
købe
is.
den her i pausen.
No, I'm going to tell you.
Ej, jeg skal nok fortælle
Your
dig.
wife's question is,
Konens spørgsmål er,
do you love me?
elsker du mig?
Do you love me?
Elsker du?
That's her only
Det er
question.
hendes eneste spørgsmål.
She asks it in 100 different ways.
Og hun stiller det på 100 forskellige måder.
She says,
Hun siger,
you're a pastor.
du er en præst.
You spend all your time at church.
Du bruger al din tid i kirken.
You pray for everybody
Du
else.
beder for alle andre.
When are you going to pray for your kids?
Hvornår vil du bede for dine børn?
What happens to the man?
Hvad sker der med manden?
Computer turns on.
Computeren tænder.
When will I pray for my kids?
Hvornår vil jeg
Let's
bede
see.
for mine
Looking for a time in my schedule.
Ja,
No,
jeg leder
that's
efter
not her question.
et hul i programmet. Det er ikke spørgsmålet.
What's her question?
Det er ikke spørgsmålet.
Do you love me?
Spørgsmålet er, elsker du mig?
What does love mean?
Hvad betyder at elske?
For most women,
For de fleste kvinder,
love means 3 things.
der betyder det 3 ting.
3 very specific things.
3 ufatteligt specifikke ting.
And as a husband,
Og som mand,
if you don't know what the 3 things
hvis du
are
ikke ved,
that love
hvad de 3
means,
ting er, som kærlighed betyder,
you will not be able to love your wife.
så bliver du ikke i stand til at elske din kone.
You'll try,
Du vil prøve.
you'll fail,
Du fejler.
she'll be hurt.
Du bliver ked af det.
I did that for 7
Det
years.
gjorde jeg i 7 år.
So what are the 3 things that love means to most wives?
Så hvad er det kærlighed betyder for 3 koner?
They're right here in this book, 2 fleas and no dog.
De 3 ting, det betyder, det er også her i bogen.
Now, right after the break,
Lige efter pausen.
I'm going to tell you the 3 things that love means
Så skal jeg nok fortælle de 3 ting, som kærlighed
in the
betyder
next session.
i den næste session.
But here's what God showed me.
Men her var Gud vist mig.
How should the husband answer
Hvordan skal manden svare,
when his wife says, honey, were you thinking about me this morning?
når hun spørger, skal jeg tænke på mig her til morgen?
What do you do with that?
Hvad gør du med det der?
I ask God, what should I do?
Jeg spørger Gud, hvad skal jeg gøre?
Actually, she never did that, but I know lots of men that have had that.
Altså, hun gjorde det aldrig, men jeg kender mange mænd, som har haft det.
So you know what God told me?
Så ved du, Gud han sagde til mig,
Use the Jewish strategy.
brug den jødiske strategi.
What's the Jewish strategy?
Hvad er den jødiske strategi?
Yeah, if anybody have Jewish friends?
Er der nogen, der har jødiske venner?
You ask a Jew a question,
Hvis du spørger en jødisk spørgsmål,
how does he answer?
hvordan svarer han?
With another
Med et
question.
andet spørgsmål.
Jesus did it all the time.
Jesus gjorde det hele tiden.
Look all through the Gospels.
Se igennem evangelierne.
Good teacher.
Gud lærer.
Is it right for a man to divorce his
Er
wife?
det okay for en mand at skille sig fra sin hustru?
Jesus says,
Så siger Jesus,
what did Moses say?
hvad sagde Moses?
Good teacher.
Gud lærer.
Should we pay taxes to Caesar or not?
Skal vi betale skat til kejseren eller ej?
Jesus said,
Jesus siger,
let's look at this coin.
se på mønten her.
Here's his question.
Her er et spørgsmål.
Whose image is on this coin?
Hvis ansigt er på mønten?
That's his question.
Det er et spørgsmål.
They say Caesar's.
Det er Caesars.
Jesus said,
Så siger Jesus,
then you give to Caesar what's his, give to God what's his.
så giv hvad der er til Caesars, og det der er Gud til Guds.
Problem finished.
Problem løst.
They asked Jesus,
Spørger Jesus.
we caught this woman in the very act of adultery.
Vi har fanget den her kvinde i at begå utroskab.
The law of Moses said we should stone her.
Moselov siger, at vi skal stene hende.
What do you say?
Hvad siger du?
Will you contradict Moses?
Vil du modsige Moses?
Jesus said, let me ask you guys a question.
Jesus siger, lad mig stille jer et spørgsmål.
Who has no sin?
Hvem har ingen synd?
Is it you?
Er det dig?
Maybe it's you.
Måske er det dig.
Whoever it is,
Hvem end det er?
come up here.
Kom herop.
You throw the first stone.
Du kan smide den første sten.
Who is it?
Hvem er det?
Who has no sin?
Hvem har ingen synd?
You?
Er det dig?
Is it you?
Er det dig?
Is it you?
Er det dig?
Who is it?
Hvem er det?
Is it dig?
Er det dig? Is it you?
What happens? They all go away.
Hvad sker der? De går alle sammen væk.
Jesus says, woman,
Jesus siger, en
where are
kvinde,
your accusers?
hvor er dine anklager?
They're all gone.
De er alle sammen væk.
Neither do I condemn you.
Og heller ikke jeg fordømmer dig.
Go and don't sin anymore.
Gå nu fra nu og synd ikke mere.
Problem finished.
Problemet.
They said to Jesus,
De siger til Jesus.
by what authority do you do these
Med hvilken
things?
autoritet gør du de her ting?
He said, oh, let me ask you guys a
Jeg
question.
siger, lad mig stille jer et spørgsmål.
Was the baptism of John from God or men?
Var Johannes dåb fra Gud eller fra mennesker?
They said,
De sagde,
if we say from God,
hvis I siger fra Gud,
then he'll say, then why weren't you baptized?
så siger han, okay, hvorfor blev jeg så ikke døbt?
If we say from men,
Hvis vi siger fra mennesker,
we'll lose the respect of the audience
så mister vi publikummets respekt,
because they think John was a prophet of
fordi de
God.
tror, at han er en profet, en Guds profet.
So they said,
Så de siger,
we do not know.
vi ved det ikke.
Jesus said, well, neither then will I tell you by what authority I do these
Og
things.
siger Jesus, hvis I ikke ved det, så vil jeg heller ikke fortælle jer, med hvis autoritet jeg gør det her.
Problem finished.
Problem løst.
So here's what I learned.
Så her hvad jeg lært.
Whenever your wife asks you a question,
Når endelig din kone stiller dig sådan et spørgsmål,
and especially if it starts with the interrogative, why,
og typisk hvis det starter med et hvorfor,
and it comes with an angry tone,
og det kommer med en sur tone,
never answer that
du
question.
skal aldrig besvare det spørgsmål.
Because there is no answer to that
For
question.
der er ikke noget svar til det spørgsmål.
And if you try to answer the
Og hvis du
question,
prøver at besvare spørgsmålet,
there's a 100% chance you will hurt her.
så er der 100% chance for, at du vil såre hende.
Because the enemy will use you on level 2
Fordi fjenden vil bruge dig på andet niveau
to hurt your wife.
til at såre din kone,
And you don't realize it.
uden du indser det.
You don't see what's happening.
Du ser ikke, hvad der sker.
Okay. So never answer that question.
Så aldrig besvare det spørgsmål.
What do you do instead?
Hvad gør du i stedet for?
Use the Jewish strategy.
Brug den jødiske strategi.
Ask questions.
Stil et spørgsmål.
What questions should you ask?
Hvad for et spørgsmål skal du stille?
Questions that will make her feel loved.
Spørgsmål, som får hende til at føle sig elsket.
When I suggest 2 questions
Jeg foreslår 2 spørgsmål
and 1 action.
og 1 handling.
What 2 questions should you ask?
Hvilke 2 spørgsmål skal du stille?
Right? What are the 2 questions you ask?
Hvad er de 2 spørgsmål, som du stiller?
I guarantee you, if you ask these questions,
Jeg garanterer, hvis du stiller de her 2 spørgsmål,
problem finished.
så er problemet løst.
100% of the time.
100% af gangene.
If you try to answer the question,
Hvis du prøver at besvare spørgsmålet,
problem escalates.
så eskalerer problemet.
100% of the time.
100%
So
af gangene.
what are the 2
Så hvad er
questions?
de 2 spørgsmål?
They are right here in this book.
De
2
er
fleas
her i
and no
bogen.
dog.
2 lus og ingen hund.
They are.
Det er de.
I'm going to tell you the questions.
Jeg skal nok fortælle et spørgsmål.
Here's what God showed me.
Her var Gud vist mig.
Why did you come home late?
Hvorfor kom
She
du
says.
sent hjem, siger hun.
Why did you spend that money?
Hvorfor brugte du de penge?
When are you going to pray for the kids?
Hvornår vil du bede for børnene?
Question number 1.
Spørgsmål nummer 1.
Honey,
Skat,
by the tone of your voice,
med tonen i sin stemme,
I sense that I've hurt you.
så kan jeg fornemme, at jeg har såret dig.
Is that true?
Er det rigtigt?
She will say,
Så vil hun sige,
wow,
wow,
you must be a prophet.
du må være en profet.
How did you know?
Hvordan vidste du det?
No, she probably won't say that.
Nej, det vil hun nok ikke sige.
She'll say, yes, you hurt me.
Hun siger, ja, du har såret mig.
Question number 2.
Spørgsmål nummer 2.
Could you please share with me?
Kan du please dele med mig?
How did I make you feel?
Hvordan fik jeg det til at føle?
So when I say, how did I make you feel?
Hvordan fik jeg det til at føle?
She will say,
Så vil hun sige,
well, by coming home late,
ved at komme hjem sent,
you make me feel like everything else is more important.
så får du mig til at føle som om, at alt andet er vigtigere.
Your work is more important.
Dit arbejde er
Your
vigtigere.
money is more
Dine
important.
penge er vigtigere.
Your friends are more important.
Dine venner er vigtigere.
Your agenda is more important.
Din dagsorden er vigtigere.
And I mean nothing to you.
Og jeg ikke betyder ret meget for dig.
I spent all afternoon making a nice dinner
Jeg har brugt hele eftermiddagen på at lave en god middag,
because I wanted to bless you.
for jeg vil gerne velsigne dig.
But now dinner is dead.
Men nu er middagen død.
It was ready a long time ago.
Jeg var klar for lang tid siden,
And all my work is wasted.
og alt mit arbejde er spildt.
And you make me feel like you don't care.
Og du får mig til at føle som om, at du er ligeglad.
Like you don't love me.
Som om du ikke elsker mig.
And even when I try to bless you,
Og selv når jeg prøver at velsigne dig,
it counts for nothing.
så betyder det ingenting.
And I mean nothing to you.
Og jeg betyder ingenting for dig.
Now, do you know what everything in a man wants to do at that point?
Ved du, hvad alt din mand har lyst til at gøre på det tidspunkt?
Explain.
Og forklare.
Explain.
Forklar.
Well, let me just tell you why I'm late.
Lad mig fortælle dig, hvorfor jeg kom for sent.
Defend.
Forsvare sig.
Justify.
Retfærdiggør.
Here's what God showed me.
Her har Gud vist mig.
When you explain, defend, and justify,
Når du forklarer eller prøver at retfærdiggøre det,
you make her feel more worthless.
eller forsvarer dig, så kommer det til at få hende til at føle sig endnu mere værdiløs.
Because on level 2,
Fordi på andet niveau,
you're sending a message,
så sender du en besked,
I don't care about you.
at jeg er ligeglad med dig.
My work is more important.
Mit arbejde er mere vigtigt.
My life is more important.
Mit liv er mere
You
vigtigt.
don't mean anything.
Det betyder ikke noget.
So, for 7 years,
Det er 7 år.
when she said, you don't love me or you don't care about me,
Når hun sagde, at jeg ikke elsker dig, jeg er ligeglad med dig.
you know what I did?
Ved du, hvad jeg så gjorde?
Explain,
Så forklarede jeg.
justify,
Retfærdiggjorde.
defend.
Forsvaret.
That would hurt her more.
Det sårede hende bare endnu mere.
Sometimes I tried to be the magnanimous Christian who would go the second mile
Nogle gange prøvede jeg at være den store kristen, som gik en ekstra mil
and repent.
og omvendte mig.
On the topical level,
På et tematisk niveau.
remember the ice cream story we watched?
Husk is-historien.
Suppose the husband in that story goes to his wife
Forestil dig ægtemanden i historien, han går til sin kone.
and he tries to repent on level 1.
Og han prøver at omvende sig på første niveau.
So he says this,
Så han siger det her.
honey,
Skat,
I am so sorry.
jeg er så ked af det.
I will never again in my life talk about the price of ice cream
Jeg vil aldrig nogensinde igen i mit liv snakke om ispriser.
because I can see that offends you.
For jeg kan se, det støder dig.
And it was so wrong of me to talk about ice cream.
Og det var så forkert af mig at snakke om is.
Will you please forgive me?
Vil du please tilgive mig?
And she will say,
Og hun vil sige,
no.
nej.
And you know what I'll feel like as a husband?
Og ved du, hvad jeg føler som mand?
What am I supposed to do?
Hvad skal jeg gøre?
I tried to take my wife to the store to bless her.
Jeg prøvede at tage hende ind til butikken for at velsigne hende.
Her favorite ice cream store.
Hendes yndlingsisbutik.
I buy her ice
Jeg køber
cream.
hende en is.
I expect her to say, thank you.
Jeg forventer, at hun siger tak.
Does she say thank you?
Siger hun tak?
No.
Nej.
She accuses me.
Hun anklager mig.
Makes me feel like a criminal.
Får mig til at føle som kriminel.
Like a bad
Som
husband.
en dårlig mand.
Like I've done something
Som
wrong.
jeg har gjort noget forkert.
So I realize,
Så indser jeg,
okay, apparently she's hurt.
okay, hun er såret.
I will go the second mile.
Jeg skal nok gå den ekstra mil.
And I will repent
Jeg skal nok
and
omvende mig.
ask her to forgive me.
Bede hende om at tilgive mig.
And what happens?
Og hvad sker der så?
She doesn't forgive me.
Hun tilgiver mig ikke.
I think this woman needs some serious counseling.
Jeg tror, hun har brug for noget seriøs rådgivning, den her kvinde.
I did that for 7 years.
Så gjorde jeg 7 år.
That's what happens when you're blind to level 2.
Det er det, der sker, når du er blind for niveau 2.
So on level 1,
Så på første niveau,
you're talking about ice cream.
der snakker vi om is.
You're talking about money.
Der snakker vi om penge.
But on level 2, what are you talking about?
Men på andet niveau, der snakker vi om hvad?
Value.
Værdi.
Am I right? Value.
Har jeg ret? Værdi.
Her value.
Hendes værdi.
So when he said,
Så når han sagde,
$5 for a banana split,
$5 for en banan.
here's what he thought he said.
Bananasplit.
He thought he said,
Han troede, han sagde,
wow,
wow,
I haven't been in this ice cream shop for a couple of years.
jeg har ikke været i den her isbutik et par år.
I had in my mind for a banana split, maybe $3.50,
Jeg troede, en banansplit måske kostede 3,5.
maybe $4,
Måske $4.
$5.
Men $5.
Wow, I'm surprised.
Wow, jeg er overrasket.
Apparently inflation has come to our city.
Inflationen er kommet til vores by.
That's what he thought he said.
Det er det, han troede, han sagde.
And why is that highly offensive to his wife?
Og hvorfor er det stødende over for konen?
Because on level 2,
For på andet niveau,
it's a completely different message.
der er en helt anden budskab.
So some woman tell me, what's the message on level 2?
Så en eller anden kvinde fortæller mig, hvad er budskabet på andet niveau?
Yeah. You are not worth $5.
Du er ikke $5 værd.
That's the level 2 message.
Det er niveau 2
Now,
budskab.
if you look anybody in the eyes,
Hvis du ser nogen i øjnene,
man,
mand,
woman,
kvinde,
child,
barn,
and you say,
og du siger til dem,
you are not worth $5.
du er ikke $5 værd.
Do you think that will hurt somebody?
Tror du så, det vil såre dem?
Oh yeah, that will hurt
det
anybody.
skal nok
So
såre alle
that's
sammen.
exactly what this man did to his wife.
Så det er lige præcis, hvad den her mand gjorde ved hans kone.
But here's the problem.
Her er problemet.
He did not know that.
Han anede det ikke.
Why?
Hvorfor?
Focused on level 1.
Han var fokuseret på niveau 1.
Ice cream,
Is.
money. How do you know when you do that to your wife?
Hvordan ved du, hvornår du gør det ved din kone?
Because she'll respond in one of two ways.
Fordi hun responderer på en eller
She
to.
closes
Den anden
up.
vej. Hun lukker sig om sig selv.
Or
Eller?
she'll get angry and attack.
Altså bliver hun sur og angriber.
So she says to him,
Så hun siger til ham,
is that all you think about is money?
er det det eneste, du tænker på? Er det penge?
What should he do?
Hvad skal han gøre?
Don't answer the question.
Ikke svar på spørgsmålet.
What did he do?
Hvad gjorde han?
Answer the question.
Han svarede på spørgsmålet.
Well, money's not all I think about.
Penge er da ikke alt, hvad jeg tænker på.
I think about God.
Jeg tænker på Gud.
I think about my job.
Tænker på mit
I think
arbejde.
about my kids.
Tænker på mine
I
børn.
think about sports teams.
Jeg tænker på sportshold.
So, see, you're completely wrong.
Du tager helt fejl.
Money's not all I think about.
Penge er ikke alt, hvad jeg tænker på.
Was that her question?
Var det spørgsmålet?
No.
Nej.
What's her question?
Hvad er spørgsmålet?
Do you love me?
Elsker du mig?
He didn't answer
Han
that.
svarede ikke på det spørgsmål.
Well, he did answer it. He said, I don't love you.
Eller han svarede med, jeg elsker dig ikke.
I don't care about you.
Jeg er ligeglad.
Because he's blind to level 2.
Fordi han er blind over for niveau 2.
So what should he have done?
Så hvad skulle han have gjort?
When she said,
Da hun sagde,
is that all you think about, Steve, is money?
er det eneste, du tænker på, Steve? Er det penge?
What should he do?
Hvad skulle han så gøre?
Don't answer the question.
Ikke svar på spørgsmålet.
Honey,
Skat,
by the tone of your
jeg
voice,
kan høre i din stemme.
I sense that I've hurt you.
Jeg kan fornemme, at jeg har såret dig.
Is that true?
Er det rigtigt?
Yes.
Ja,
You have hurt me.
du har såret mig.
Question number 2.
Spørgsmål nummer 2.
Could you please share with me?
Vil du please dele med mig?
How did I make you feel?
Hvordan har jeg fået dig til at føle?
Well, by commenting on the price of ice cream, you made me feel like $5 is more important than I am.
Ved at kommentere på isens pris, så fik du mig til at føle, at isen er, at jeg ikke er $5 værd.
You made me feel like a banana split is like too big a sacrifice for you.
Du
or
fik mig til at
something.
føle som om, at en bananasplit det er et for stort offer for mig.
That I'm not worth it.
At det er jeg ikke engang værd.
And that hurt me.
Og det sårede
Made
mig.
me feel unloved,
Fik mig til at føle mig
uncared
uelsket.
about, not valuable.
Uværdig.
Now what can he do?
Hvad kan han gøre nu?
2 questions,
2 spørgsmål.
1 action.
En handling.
What's the action?
Hvad er handlingen?
Repent.
Omvender.
Honey,
Skat.
I didn't see that at the time.
Jeg så det altså ikke på det tidspunkt.
I see it now.
Jeg ser det nu.
You're absolutely right.
Du har helt ret.
I did that.
Det gjorde jeg.
I'm so sorry.
Det er jeg ked af.
Please forgive me.
Tilgiv mig.
Out of all the women in the world I could have chosen to marry,
Ud af alle kvinder i verden, jeg kunne have valgt at gifte mig med,
I chose you
så valgte jeg dig.
because I love you.
Fordi jeg elsker dig.
I would buy you this whole ice cream store.
Jeg vil købe dig hele butikken.
It means nothing to me.
Det betyder ingenting for mig.
You mean everything to
Du
me.
betyder alt for mig.
I love you.
Jeg elsker dig.
You can have whatever you want.
Du kan få, hvad end du har lyst til.
Will you forgive me?
Vil du tilgive mig?
Now would her heart forgive?
Vil hendes hjerte tilgive mig nu?
Yes.
Ja.
Why?
Hvorfor?
Because he's dealing with level 2.
Fordi han tager sig af
Conveying
niveau
love.
2.
I could not remember
Jeg kan ikke huske
the 2 questions and the 1 action.
de 2 spørgsmål og den ene handling.
So I made myself a little card.
Så jeg har lavet et lille kort til mig.
You know what it says on the top of this card?
Hvad der står på det her kort?
Relational conflict.
Relationelle konflikter.
Resolving relational conflict.
At løse relationelle konflikter.
First point.
Første pointe.
Do not answer her question.
Svar ikke på spørgsmålet.
Question number 1.
Spørgsmål nummer 1.
By the tone of your voice,
Ved din
I
stemme.
sense that I've hurt you.
Kan jeg fornemme, at jeg har
Is
såret
that
dig?
true?
Er det rigtigt?
Could you please share with me? Number 2.
Nummer 2. Kan du please dele med mig?
Okay. 5 steps.
5 trin.
These cards
Disse kort
are out on that table,
er ude på det bord der.
and they are free.
Og de er gratis.
One for the man, one for the wife.
En for manden og
Okay,
en til konen.
let me show you
Lad mig
the
vise jer.
resolution, how this husband could have resolved the ice cream wars. And
Lad mig vise jer, hvordan manden kunne
this
løse den konflikt.
is corny. It's,
Det er sådan
it's
lidt
not the
cheesy.
best production, but we made it that way just to make it funny.
Det er ikke sådan den bedste film, men vi har gjort det sådan for at gøre det sjovt.
Okay, so let's watch
Så
how
lad os
to
se det.
resolve it.
So, what are you thinking?
I think I'm going to go for the banana split.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Good gravy. $5 for a banana split?
What?
Well, that's ridiculous. It's not worth $5.
You mean I'm not worth $5?
What?
Why is it that all you ever think about is money, Steve?
You seem upset.
You think?
Hold on a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Honey, I can tell by the tone of your voice that I've hurt you. Is this true?
Yes, we've established this.
Look, I don't need your... Okay. Could you please share with me how what I've said has made you feel?
Sure. So when you said $5 for banana split, it made me feel like I wasn't worth it. Like what I wanted was too great a price for you to pay or something. And that made me feel like the money was more important to you than me. And that made me feel worthless, uncared for, and frankly, unloved.
Oh, seriously? Come on. Honey, I didn't see that when I said it. Now I do. And you're absolutely right. I can see how what I said made you feel worthless, uncared for, and unloved. I made you feel like you weren't even worth $5 to me. Is that right?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I am so sorry. Nancy, I'm so sorry. The last thing I would ever want to do is hurt you or make you feel for a second that I don't love you. It's not that way at all. But I understand how what I said might have sounded like that. The money doesn't matter. You can have anything you want. Go for 2 splits. What does matter is you, and seeing that adorable little girl smile you get when you get your favorite ice cream. Will you forgive me?
Yes, I forgive you. And I'm sorry for accusing you of only caring about money and for completely missing the point of what you were doing. You forgive me?
Of course I do. Now you're going to get that banana split, and you're going to like it. And I'm gonna... Honey, you don't have my debit card, do you?
No, why would I have it?
Tonight at dinner, I thought the waiter gave it to you and he brought back the receipt.
No, he gave the little book thing back to you.
Oh, no. I love you.
Come on.
Now here's the funny thing.
Her er den sjove ting.
As contrived as it is for the guy to pull out the card and read from it,
Altså så hårdt som det er for fyren at hive kortet frem og læse fra det.
it actually works.
Det virker det faktisk.
Because when you do that,
Fordi når du gør det,
your wife realizes
så indser din kone,
my husband cares.
min ægtemand, han går op i mig.
He's trying.
Han er ikke ligeglad, han prøver.
He really does love me.
Han elsker mig faktisk.
And I encourage you, use the cards.
Jeg vil gerne opmuntre jer til at bruge kortet.
Okay? We're going to take a break for a half hour.
Vi tager en halv times pause.
Here's what I encourage you to do.
Her vil jeg gerne
You can
opmuntre
come
jer
up
til
here
at
and stand with me.
Du må gerne komme
During the
ofte.
break,
Under pausen.
spend a couple minutes just before you go out.
Brug bare lige et par minutter før jeg går ud.
Talk to each other as husband and wife.
Tal med hinanden som mand og kone.
Has this been going on in your marriage?
Er det her sket i jeres ægteskab?
Did it happen this morning on the way here?
Er det sket på vejen herhen?
You know, for some of us it did. You got in an argument about time or about driving or about...
Og nogle af jer måske kommer op og skændes om tid eller kørsel eller småting her til
But
morgen.
you weren't talking about time.
Men I snakker ikke om tid.
You weren't talking about
I
driving.
snakker ikke om at køre.
You're talking about value.
I snakker om værdier.
And a wife will make a husband feel worthless
Og en kone kan få sin mand til at føle sig værdiløs,
when she tries to correct his driving.
når hun prøver at rette sig hans
And a
kørsel.
wife will make husband will make his wife feel worthless
Og manden vil få sin kone til at føle sig værdiløs,
when he's angry with her about time,
når han er sur på hende over tid,
and they hurt each other.
og så sår de hinanden.
Nobody resolves it.
Ingen løser det.
They just look at level 1.
De kigger bare på første niveau.
How do you resolve it?
Hvordan løser du det?
Ask questions.
Stil spørgsmål.
How did I make you feel?
Hvordan fik du det til at føle?
I didn't see that.
Det så jeg ikke.
I'm so sorry.
Det er jeg ked af.
By complaining
Jeg klager
about being late
om at være sent,
or about driving,
eller ved kørsel.
I made you feel worthless.
Så kan det selvfølgelig være værdiløs.
That was wrong.
Det var forkert.
Please forgive me.
Please tilgive mig.
I love you.
Jeg elsker dig.
So before you go out to coffee,
Så før du går ud til kaffe,
just take 3 minutes,
så bare lige tage 3 minutter.
talk with each other,
Tal med hinanden.
and then we'll come back in a half hour.
Og så kommer jeg tilbage om en halv times tid.